Rahul Gandhi, who is currently in Germany, has stressed the need for India to significantly boost its production and manufacturing capabilities. Speaking during a visit to a BMW facility, Rahul Gandhi said it was a proud moment to see Indian engineering on display, noting the use of a 450cc engine supplied by TVS. He also flagged concerns over what he described as a decline in manufacturing in India, underlining that the country must begin producing more to strengthen its economy and global standards. Let's listen in.
India needs to start producing. Production is the key for the success of any country, and our manufacturing.
In audio.
This is electric.
इंडिया से है पर दुबई रहते हैं तो इधर घूमने आए हैं और इन्होंने आपको देखा you saw me when Rahul Gandhi.
India needs to start producing. Production is the key for the success of any country, and our manufacturing is declining. It should actually be going up.
Thank you.
Well, I'm being joined by Manish Bariyar at this point. Good evening, Manish Bariyar. Good to see you after a while. Manish Bariyar,
how are you?
Good, Manish. So what do you make out of what Rahul Gandhi has said? How, you are, of course, a BJP spokesperson, but you're also an economist. So what do you make out of what Rahul Gandhi has said?
My first comment would be trust Rahul Gandhi to go outside the country and say something which is a bit controversial. And maybe, as an Indian, I feel a bit let down because he could always raise these issues in Parliament. And that's the right forum to do it as far as your country is concerned. This kind of a comparison is, my feeling is that quite unfair because we all understand that Germany is a powerhouse as far as manufacturing is concerned. And you are comparing a developed nation with a developing country. But having said that, I would counter Rahul Gandhi by saying that our PMI, that Purchasing Managers Index, that's growing. So India is expanding as far as manufacturing is concerned. And there are a lot of areas that we have some really good data coming out. For example, from electronics sector, we all know semiconductor and many other sectors, in spite of headwinds. It's like post-COVID, and you also had Ukraine-Russia war, and Trump with so much of difficulty in terms of foreign trade. I think in spite of that, if India is growing, and if you look at historically also, Snehaji, India's industries that to GDP is around 17% historically. So we have kept pace. It's not as if industries the share of industries vis-a-vis GDP has gone down. In fact, by 2047, the kind of policies with the government has come up, it is poised to grow to 25% of GDP. So I think his statement, although per se, if you see India needs to produce more, why not? But then please bring on the policies, bring on things, give some positive, suggestions to the government also what it could be done. Because at your time, you didn't do much. And that's why, labor laws, for example, recently we changed labor laws. There are a lot of archaic laws that were really putting the industry back. And those are a lot of measures that government has taken. That is poised to really ensure that our growth as far as industry is there, that goes forward.
Question, a point taken about Rahul Gandhi going abroad and criticizing India. He did say it's good to see India's flag flying high. There's a whole political point about how he goes and criticizes India abroad. That's a political point. I also want to talk to you about the fact that even during the budgets, even during the speeches, and even during economic papers, there is a growing need to focus more on manufacturing. So is Rahul Gandhi's messaging wrong or mode of messaging wrong? What's the problem according to you?
I think I would like him to engage more meaningfully with the government. I think criticism in our democracy is welcome. Nobody, in fact, would dispute that. But I think these one-off statements going outside the country and making these harm the image of our country. It's coming from the leader of opposition. So imagine the kind of negative impact it would have on the investors in US and Europe. And we need more of FDI. We need more of FIIs. And that is where my basic difference with what Mr. Rahul Gandhi does is the correct forum is within the parliament to the people of this country. Give an alternative vision. Like, what have you done to really give a vision, even in Karnataka, where the Congress government is there, where have you done anything to really increase the manufacturing and the industries? It's going on autopilot in Karnataka. I've not seen any measures specifically really by this Congress government to really take things forward. In fact, to the contrary, some of the decisions are highly, but I don't want to get into that. That is where my basic difference with Mr. Rahul Gandhi would be. That come up and debate in parliament. Do not leave parliament and go abroad and then at that time you make statements. I think that is where I feel that it's in bad taste. And you should look at the kind of growth India has seen despite these headwinds in our manufacturing sector. So it's very ill-timed, I would say, because when India is growing, we know that 8.2% GDP growth rate, and there also manufacturing has really put in pretty good results.
Okay.
At this juncture, when our country is doing well, to really dampen the sentiments of this country when it comes to manufacturing, I think that was I felt that it was not in very good taste. He could have avoided all these things on a foreign land, and that's something which has been our party stand all throughout, that when you go outside, you are an Indian. And you should, I'm not saying false praise, but at least you can talk a lot of good things about India and Germany, for sure.
Well, I'll not counter the political argument there because that's for politics. But, the manufacturing is what, at 17%? And we're looking at having it increase to, say, 25%. The political contours of this is very, very different, and that's something where you are speaking about. But, that's a political point, and that's something that we'll have to look into. Manish Barrier, thank you very much for joining us. Rahul Gandhi making those statements while inspecting a BMW factory. Thank you very much.